right, let's do this. What's up, everyone? My name is AJ Wrights Crypto. Super excited to be here today. Feel like something's not right here. Let me fix this little bad boy. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I can't be a little further back. Oh, the coin fell. All right, no coin today. Not doing that live on the show. What's up, everybody? Maybe I'll fix it in a minute. What's going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys rock. Mr. Mojo, Risen, Corey Rosas, Eddie C, Chauncey Peppertooth, Ricky Burris, Grogger Nation. Let's go. Chauncey says, where's my bestie's nemesis, Avery? That's so funny. I did see that y'all were talking in the chat here before the show, and we do have a mod in the community. Davenport, I believe the Davenport report, and his family in Brazil are caught up in the floods. So everybody make sure you have your thoughts, your prayers, your love for Davenport and his family. I know I see his name a lot. He's a good dude. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to his family. Let's make sure everybody over there, that's not the best, but we got to pray for him. That's what we do. We keep our head up high for our friends. That's what we do. All right. So much love to him. So I really liked yesterday's show. I went back and watched yesterday's show, and I think that was kind of like more of it. That was like it. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't really spend too much time talking about the news. We didn't really go on a bunch of crazy tangents. The market was awake, which definitely helps on chart days. And it was right down the middle. It was like, when the coin fell, it unplugged my light. What is this? The first day on the job? God, if I was my boss, I'd fire me. If I was my boss, I'd fire me. And there's no way I'm going to put the mic down and nope. It's just, it is what it is today. And JC does look good in blue. I agree with Carter Pennington. So RIP spinning coin just for today. But yeah, Jason Owen, yesterday was a solid show, and I completely agree. So, and I think I'm going to get, especially as, guys, this is bull run time. Like there's no other way to put it, especially Bitcoin breaking the neckline, moving up. We need to make sure that we are heavily floating around the charts that are moving, targeting the coins that are moving, and getting those levels, getting those alarms, preparing to react to the market or actively reacting to the market. All right. And we can do both at the same time. That's what we got to focus on. That's where this channel was built off of. And that's what I'm going to get back to. So there's that. This H-bar video, this H-bar price prediction, I have never had a video give me so much hell in terms of the recording process of it. I'm not even going to tell the story from yesterday. I'm just going to say that that video will probably go out Saturday or Sunday, because there is a portfolio video in there. Also, if you missed the video I put out yesterday, the 10 altcoin trades video, that video has a lot of really, really, really good stuff in it, in terms of, even some larger time frame stuff that's still relevant, in terms of, trades that you can target, levels that you can set in coins that are moving. I basically did, instead of, giving all those charts to the Telegram group, I gave 10 charts to everybody yesterday. And I did put some additional charts in the Telegram group after the fact. But still, like yesterday, I spent, a lot of time kind of organizing that and getting that video recorded. I'm really proud of that video. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. All right. So let's keep the ball rolling here. First thing I want to do, quick little overview of the crypto markets. Let's say we do that. Let's say not that button, this button, and then we'll throw on some overlays that, big shout out to all the sponsors. Also, the code Grogger15 if you want 15% off Market Cipher. Grogger15. All right, Bitcoin. Let's get a fresh refresh here. So we're all right. 66,200. 66,200. Bitcoin is maintaining. Bitcoin is holding. This is exactly what we want to see. This is kind of like why I was okay with being off to the sidelines in the portfolio video, because I wanted Bitcoin to break structure. Until Bitcoin broke structure, I was just worried it was just going to keep getting shut down every time it pops up. So with that said, I definitely feel in the the public portfolio video, definitely going to be putting in a big DCA this week in that video. Probably look out for that on Saturday. Jada and I are going to film it today. Ethereum just under 3,000. BNB waking up. Solana well over 150. Talked about that yesterday. Toncoin got a little bit of news. revolving around that. I'm not going to spend too much time on the news, but going to go through it. Want to take a quick look at the gainers and the losers. That's the main reason I'm even here, because I want to see what is really moving. We got the Donald Trump coin at 488 by market cap, up 52%. Damn. All right, let's take a quick look at the top 100. Phantom, FTM, we all know. My guy Jacob in the chat knows how much I like to target Phantom. This is a coin, time and time again. It's the gift that keeps on giving. SWE up 9%, Safe up 12%, SEI Core, Akash, Solana, Jasmine, another one we've been targeting, Ondo, all up between 5, 8, 9%. Top losers. All right, so we got Pepe down 9.5. Render back to $10. Wow. Render back to 10. That one does kind of surprise me. Floki down, Dog Whip down. Doesn't surprise me as much. I did think Dog Whip was going to go back to that 316 level, but if I did say at the same time that if it lost 303, you got to go the other way. And, so it did lose 303 and came back down. So, that's why we give what I like to call a conditional range. There are conditions that need to be met in order for the trade to be a winner. All right. Near has been at all-time high for the year lately. Yeah, Near has been a great pick. I've been picking up some Near along the way. I picked some Near up around $6, I think last week, or was it the week before? It feels like last week, that's for sure. All right, let's dive into a couple really quick stories here. The Hashgraph Association partners with the QFC to launch a $50 million digital assets venture studio in Qatar. This is massive. I'm probably not going to circle back to put this in the HBAR script, but I am going to talk about it here. I mean, they're spreading out. To be fair, this isn't the HBAR Foundation. This isn't Hedera. This is the Hashgraph Association. There's a lot of different, kind of teams that do different things. All right, they have a bunch of different kind of verticals there. So we'll just go to a quick overview here. The platform will support local Qatari and international portfolio companies in the development of regulatory compliant decentralized finance solutions and digital assets built on the Hedera distributed ledger technology network. The $50 million digital assets venture studio will focus on investments in Hedera powered Web3 startups and enterprises and building bankable DeFi solutions. And lastly, the partnership will focus on delivering legal and regulatory compliant real-world asset tokenization studios. Guys, there it is. Real-world solutions, real-world asset tokenization solutions. That is the kicker here. HBAR is heavily leaning into the RWA narrative, and can you blame them? Can you blame them providing startups and SMEs with training, financing, engineering, and resources for research and development? This is big news, everybody. This is really big news. Hedera, like I said, I don't think people, with the BlackRock thing aside, all right, push the BlackRock thing to the side. All right, let's look at, what Hedera, who they already have on their side in terms of, their task of tokenization, right? You got Aberdeen, which was worth like, almost $500 billion in pounds, or $618 billion as of December 2023. They are tokenizing with Hedera. Standard Bank, Shinhan Bank, so the two largest banks in South Korea and in Africa are doing proof of concept stablecoin tokenization on Hedera. Leading governments, financial institutions are building on Hedera. I don't know how else to say it. That has a lot to do with why it's just so easy to be bullish on HBAR. Shout out to all the HBAR Barians out there. If you're an HBAR Barian, let me know in the chat. And if you're a new member of the HBAR community and HBAR baby, smash the like button if you haven't already. All right, so we got Maurice Guy coming back for that portfolio rating. He said, the one I got last time, I didn't like it. I want another one. I got you, Maurice. Let me screenshot that bad boy real quick. All right. Save that. Cool. All right. I got you, Maurice. At the end of the show, I will do a Rate My Portfolio segment. For anyone new, We do a segment called Rate My Portfolio on Tuesdays and Thursdays where people send in portfolios and I give them a score on their portfolio from -5 to 100, where 100 is, the likelihood of them achieving their goal. So you have to give your portfolio and give your goal, and then we go from there. So big shout out to Maurice Guy. We'll definitely save that for the end. Chauncey Peppertooth, H Bard from H Bar, Stupid New York. Man, we got a bar baby here. JC's a bar baby. I like that. New York is just the worst state to live in if you're crypto. It's just the worst state to live in. You better just have a really good VPN. That's all I'll say about living in New York, dude. Yeah, so this has kind of been the talk of the town. I want to hit this story really quick. I'm not going to beat up too many stories, but I do want to hit this one. Telegram, man. Telegram-based Notcoin debuts at $1 billion FDV on Ton blockchain. All right. 4.5% of the supply has been set aside for users on Binance Launchpool and OKX Jumpstart. So basically, Notcoin has a fully diluted value of $1 billion and a market cap of $940 million. Almost $300 million in trading volume took place in their first hour after the token was released. More than 35 million users have interacted with the game, which is available on the Telegram app. I must say that I do got to give all the props in the world to Telegram for, first of all, for what they're doing with Toncoin and how they're building out from here, because you have to realize the user base of Telegram, how many people use that app, and they're just kind of like, look at this, and it's getting people in the door. I like it. I really like it. I think I'm definitely going to keep a close eye on here. Notcoin, NOT, a gaming token with more than 35 million users. It's going to do well. I think it's going to do well if, the success of Toncoin is any indication of what's going to happen with the projects they're going to build on it. I think there you go. Right here, we have a quote from Sasha Plotvinov, the founder of Notcoin and developers Open Builders. It's been an amazing few months. We're extremely proud that Notcoin's viral growth has introduced millions to crypto and Ton's ecosystem. And that's what it's all about, getting people in the door, off the sidelines, and into the game. I feel like Toncoin has obviously done a really good job with that, as it is from Telegram. That's what we want to see. We want to see more apps do that. We want to see more people get in the door. Amazing stuff. I still feel like this is still a narrative, guys. It's hard to ignore this. A Microsoft executive is saying we are just scratching the surface of crypto and AI. I'm not going to dig too far into this one, but I did see this headline and it kind of made me go, yeah, you're right. It has barely happened yet. We have seen some winners. We have seen some AI crypto coins. There has been some big winners, actually. But I feel like we are just scratching the surface. Let me see if there's a better quote in here. In a panel discussion titled Crypto AI, Rhodes' view was further probed by moderator Alex Lin, who asked, will Microsoft have its own blockchain one day? ? And then I responded, there's already a massive amount of interesting stuff going on in crypto, including in the open source community. So why would we try to recreate something that already has so much investment? Microsoft's focus today is more on optimizing existing technologies such as layer 2 blockchain rollups. Will Microsoft ever build an L1 blockchain? I don't think so. And I actually really like that answer, because it's not like they're going to try to take this monopoly, take it over and wrestle it out of Ethereum's hands or whatever. They're going to participate and help with the layer 2s. And I actually think that's a really, really good answer from a company that has the pockets to wrestle a layer 1 if they wanted to. I think that's a good answer. I'm glad to see that. And I do agree. We are just scratching the surface with AI and crypto. Long story short, I always kind of talk about, the optimal portfolio, the perfect portfolio. You have to have AI exposure. You have to. It's as simple as understanding how, quickly the world as we know it is evolving, and the tools that is being used to evolve it faster. Think about how much better video games have got from Super Nintendo to N64 to, PS2 to, what we have now. It is the VR and all that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And if you notice, once we kind of got past the 8-bit bullshit, it has only gotten better and better, significantly, exponentially faster. It's going to happen in 100 sectors with the power of AI technology. I actually listened to a really interesting video yesterday. There is a YouTuber who, a Call of Duty, gaming YouTuber, who said that he won't be supporting the next Call of Duty game that comes out, because instead of hiring artists, I think Activision or Treyarch is using, AI platforms like Midjourney or DALL-E and all those to, help with the art that they're going to use for the next game. And that really pissed the guy off. And he's like, dude, like, if you're not going to support artists, you're not going to support, the people that have dedicated their lives getting good at this stuff and just trade them in for AI. Like, I don't support you. And I understand that take. But you also have to understand that at the end of the day, no matter what it is, it's a business. It's a business. And anytime a business can cut back on their overhead and lean into, we can use this tool instead, they're going to do that. Will it take the heart out of the game? Will it feel like a little bit more cookie cutter? Probably. But the point is that they're trying to crank out titles. And I'm not saying that, the quality of anything is going to go down. I almost think that the quality is going to get better because it will be built by AI. And, this practice is only going to pick up speed. So when you really look at, AI and crypto, when you realize that AI is slowly going to be used more and more and more and more and more, it's only probably going to take over the industry a little bit more and more and more. So, I mean, you have to have exposure to AI. It is that simple. It was not Dr. Disrespect. I forget his name. Okay, so going to, that's really all I got for stories today. Like I said, I like focusing on turn on. Yeah, the Glitter Queen told me to turn on my sign. Well, what she doesn't know is when I tried to fix the light that changes colors, I dropped the spinning coin and the coin fell down and unplugged the sign. And I'm not putting the microphone down to fix the sign and the coin mid-show. So you got what you got today. Sorry, not sorry. My bad. All right. So yeah, AJ's sign and coin went out to lunch. Yeah, they did. They're drinking beer at lunch every day. All right. So, man, where to even start with these charts? I have so many charts pulled up right here. It's absolutely insane. All right, let's skip the stock market dollar conversation and let's go straight to Bitcoin because that's what's important. I'm going to pull these overlays. I'm going to press this button, not that button. Where'd it go? When I have this thing scrunched up like I do, I lose some of my. There we go. All right, Bitcoin. We need to talk. We need to talk about Bitcoin. Let's find some trades here. So, obviously, everyone, head and shoulders. Head and shoulders, like the shampoo. Don't get any dandruff, everyone. Don't get any dandruff. All right. And the problem is, I was kind of thinking this. It is good that we broke the neckline. It is good that we broke the downtrend. Two good things. I said this yesterday. We're going to have a problem getting above this high. This level is at 67.27. We're going to put up a fight here. Could Bitcoin go like, Yeah, it could. It totally could. But as you can see, it's already starting to stutter. To be fair, it had a really nice move. Top to bottom, not about 9% in a day and 6 hours. That's really good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't move like an altcoin as much as I want it to. But when you zoom in on the 2 hour, you will realize a couple things. Already, we got a 14 -5 on dual band strength index. The price action is very far away from the 50 EMA. So it's very likely that the 50 EMA is going to come up. This is going to come down. And we're probably going to have to retest 64.5. I do see that in the cards. It does make sense short term. Point of control here at 63. We are coming down the oscillator, coming kind of sideways on the money flow. It does make a lot of sense. I also, when I pull a Hedera Watson envelope, let's check IIQ really quick. Nothing much on high IQ. The Bollinger Band squeeze did pop as expected. Nadaria Watson envelope. Oh, wow. It actually did not print the arrow like I thought it would. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so I thought that on the envelope that there would be like that little blip right there that kind of points down. The only thing that the reason I'm staying on this topic is, let me get rid of this envelope. I do like that indicator when I get stuck, though. It helps me when I'm stuck. What I do like, and the conversation we can have is, we have been putting in higher lows, and we have now been putting in, higher highs. That has happened. That has happened. But, it is really good that we got above that high. Really good to see that. But this level is going to give us hell. And I don't like that I wish that we came up and touched it, but we didn't. We are actually a little bit lower than this. And that's not exactly what I want to see. In terms of like short-term timeframes with Bitcoin, it did put up a fight, I'm always watching, guys, short-term timeframes, like 12-minute chart. As a scalper, the main thing I am watching is the battle of the 50 EMA. The 50 EMA, that red line right there. Because if you kind of go back, we'll kind of use the past as an example. If you go back, you see how, like right here when we came down, you see how the price trades below the 50 EMA? See how it trades below the 50 EMA? And then it fought the 50 EMA. A lot of trades that I do, a lot of scalp trades that I win are right here when Bitcoin had its first close above the 50 EMA, or even if you wanted to play it safe and wait for like the close above both. Right here, I'll go right off the 50, to be honest with you. If there is a candle close above the 50 EMA, I can make a case to get in a trade. I can make a case to get in a trade, because if you look at, the momentum of, we're under it, we're sideways, we're over it. All right. So from that example, from when we finally closed on the 12-minute chart above the 50 EMA, boom, boom, 8% in 22 hours. No big deal. All right. I don't hate this strategy. I don't hate this strategy at all. Of course, run tight stop losses, use Confluence with other indicators, but that is kind of the signal for me. Bitcoin is falling right now. It was above 66 when we started the show. It's at 65.4. And right around here where it closed below the 50 on the 12-minute could have been your sign, because it's going to be, the price action is going to be above the 50 in bullish continuation and below the 50 in bearish continuation. It is that simple. It is that simple. So hopefully we get a bullish retest off of the 200 EMA. That's what I can hope for. But now that we know that Bitcoin, as has failed to get past the next support resistance level and is coming down, we kind of got to run, the conditional level where the local high is at 66.7. And so 66.7, 64.5 would be the new conditional range for Bitcoin for the time being. All right. So I'm going to skip that one. Okay. So this is an interesting one here. Jasmy has been one I've been watching a lot. Jasmy, I think, is going to be a coin that continues to do very well. It is kind of stuck in, what I like to call that conditional range right now. It did have this nice come up, I mean, we're talking 400% in 30 days. This thing did very well from February to March. And then since then, this is kind of more of a, kind of a triangle type feel, like kind of like this, even depending on how you want to draw it. But I consider a lot of the range kind of stuck in between these two lines. And if you kind of go back and realize how many times it got rejected at the 0 to 05 level, the level I have drawn right there, it has been trying to get above this thing. It has been trying to get above it, but it just won't do it. I had the alarm go off a couple times, but it never really got above it. And with Bitcoin falling, we got to think, okay, is this thing going to come back to here? To here? Back to the bottom? Is it going to break out? Is it going to turn around, break out? These are the things you got to consider. I try to avoid trading inside of these ranges. I mean, to be fair, this is an exception because it's a 20% range. But most importantly, guys, watch this coin. Because I know when this thing moves, it's going to go. And both, really the most important level is that right there. It's 0.0205. That is the most important level for Jasmy. It might fight there. It might do another one of these. It might end up not even getting out of the range. but you still want to have that alarm set and be ready for that coin when it does, because that one is going to make some money. I promise you. All right. So with man, this is a 2-hour chart. This one has been very interesting. Like I said, I was seeing this thing really, staying above 303, getting to 316. It actually, when was that? How many hours ago was that candle right there? Yeah, about 14 hours ago, it did try to get to 316. I knew that it went above it. I didn't realize how fast it fell. Holy shit. Yeah, wow. So it got rejected below 316, which proves the importance of this support resistance level. That always will come back into play at the 316 level on WIF. All right. And then obviously when it comes below, and to be fair, I mean, that was we are talking 2 hours here. I mean, that was still a 4% trade from the break of 303. And then from the loss of 303 to where we are now, about 7% in 12 hours. So, these ranges, guys, I'm not just saying this stuff because I like to hear myself talk. Don't get me wrong. I like to hear myself talk, but dude, I'm really I'm empty in the tank for you guys lately. I really want you guys to make as much money as you can. And man, it is that simple. So where WIF is approaching now, look, we bounced off it here. We bounced off it here, and we're heading towards it now. And we actually wicked there and came up, which is the 279 level. All right. So, very short-term time frame, maybe. I'm not going to try to tell you to catch a falling knife. I was just only looking at a 2-minute chart, but it has stayed above this level multiple times, as you can see per the circles from the last times it broke out of there. So, you could maybe try to go long and set it below. You could be patient and see if it's going to wiggle back down, or even be very patient and see if we lose 275 or 279. What is this exact level again? Yeah, 275. Excuse me. If we lose 275, go short. There's a number of ways you can play that, but it has been fighting this level a lot. It's obviously a very significant level. Have that alarm well set. All right, we talked about this one, Algorand. I really want to see Algorand break out of this triangle. We wanted to see Algorand get above and stay above 18 cents yesterday when things were pumping. It did get above 18 cents, but that's why I said don't long Algorand until we break 1917, because breaking 1917, which would be support resistance, would be a much safer spot, and we would be well broken out of here by now. So 18 would have represented like a very aggressive entry, where 1917 was the safer play, where the break of 1917 would be a 15% move to 22 cents. That was kind of the overview for Algorand yesterday. This is a 12-hour chart, mind you, by the way. So we come down here to the 2-hour, and although Algorand tried to get above this line and even wicked above it temporarily, ultimately it did get shut down. It did get shut down, unfortunately, but also know that it does have a kind of a floor here, similar to WIF, that it bounced off of twice already. Bounced off of it here and bounced off of it here. This is the 2-hour chart we're looking at now. Now, this level is 17 cents exactly. 17 cents exactly. Very quick aggression, quick aggressive, shot down just as fast as it shot up for Algorand, but let's hope that this level holds the floor, hodor, like it has done 2 times before. We're going to see these levels always come back into play. And to be honest with you guys, when you really kind of zoom out here and pull this triangle, the rest of the way down, you're realizing that Algorand's actually running out of room. Algorand's running out of room, where it does have kind of this established little floor here. You could even consider this the floor if you want to, but it has, like I said, bounced off of the 17-cent level multiple times. So I'm going to consider that a floor too. The point of intersection is the 21st of May. It is the 16th of May now. That would be Tuesday. By Tuesday, Algorand will either break down out of 17 cents or break out of this triangle. So what do you do? You alarm this triangle, you alarm 17 cents, and you also alarm 16 cents, because 16 cents, as you know, is the level Algorand cannot lose. When you go back all the way in time to the daily chart, the circle's already drawn from way back here. in December of 22. It also bounced off of it in January of 24 when it came up after the after Christmas dump, and then it bounced off that level again. The 16-cent level always comes back into play with Algorand. But right now, 17 does seem to be there is support resistance at 17 and 16. 17 is more local, 16 is the big one. But like I said, by Tuesday, we will either break out or break down. Big shout out to the Algo fam. Very excited for Decipher. I do have some news. for Algorand. I think I'm going to save it for a tweet. For y'all. I'm going to put that out today. I've been on the phone with John Allen Woods, talked to the team members, been about coming up to Decipher. Going to make a lot of content at Decipher. We're going to Barcelona next month. Very excited to go to Barcelona. Never been over there before. Jada's very excited too. And Jada, to be honest with you guys might not realize Jada is like a professional photographer. Like she's like the real deal when it comes to photography. She knows how to edit and retouch and all that. She's really good at what she does. And it is nice that when I go like on these trips, like I have to bring my photographer with me, right? So, it's awesome. It really does work out, and she takes it really seriously. Like I got even when we did the interview with Sunny at VChain, she was right up in there with helping me with the lights, helping with the angles, playing around with it, and she really made that interview what it was. So big shout out. So I can't wait to the coin. All right, Joe, the coin is not spinning. The coin is not spinning because I wanted to fix the light that changes colors behind the Pudgy Penguin, and I hit the coin, and then the coin shut the light off, and I'm not putting the microphone down. Okay. All right. There we go. Can we see Ondo? Yes, we can see Ondo. Also didn't see that $5 super chat from Eddie there for his portfolio. We'll look at Ondo. Got a couple other charts I want to look at. And then even a couple that I didn't talk about yesterday, I wanted to look at too. Got my guy Eddie over here. Eddie. All right, Eddie, I got you screenshotted, my guy. I will. I'll do those at the end of the show. Let me check up in the chat here. I couldn't see it for a minute. Thoughts on Render? How about the 3-year cup and handle? Yeah, we've talked about that before. All right. So Render, Ondo, and then there's a couple of charts that I had picked out that I did not. I did talk about this one in the video yesterday. Still go watch that video. It's called 10 altcoin trades. Check out that video. So much good stuff in there. This is another one of the coins I talked about in it. Immutable X, IMX. Look at this conditional range, everybody. Look at this conditional range. It is literally like textbook conditional range. All right. And what I want to say about it is that it really, really needs to break out of this uptrend line. I'll get the exact level for you here. So this level here is $2.56 with the bottom level at $1.77. It has to break above this level. It just has to. You know why? Because you go in the past year, there's a head and shoulders right here that took IMX down, almost to the measured move, which was here, which was down here, right? So basically, and then we actually called this. We called the breakout of that way early on in the channel. But now look at this. There's another head and shoulders forming on IMX with a very large measured move. So IMX has to break this neckline or it's bad news bears for everyone. Okay, keep a close eye on IMX. Make sure you have those alarms set. The neckline level is at 257 and the bottom level is 177 or 178. All right. Hedera, unfortunately, this support resistance level right here, this is a 2-hour chart. This is at 11 cents. Does look like Hedera is getting rejected from this as well. I think the Bitcoin dip, this is hurting a lot of the altcoins' chances to really run like I thought they were going to. I want to see the alts run a little bit. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. It doesn't always happen the same exact day. But I would say, the gist of Hedera's conditional range is 0.104 being the bottom and 0.111 is the top. Certainly alarm both of those levels for Hedera. Let's hope that it breaks out. Big shout out to the H Barbarians. And I'm very, very excited to share the Hedera price prediction video with you guys. Man, I've put so much work into this one video, just trying to make sure it's right. I know it has taken longer than I wanted it to, but I can do videos where I just get on and go, and those are good. But I want to make the the price predictions and some of the more like high priority videos to me, I really want to make them count. I really want to put the work in. I wanted to make sure the editing's perfect. I want it to be perfect. And yeah, and it takes time. It takes time. So sorry for the wait, but it's going to be worth it. And everyone out there between YouTube, Twitter, we have about 466 people watching the show right now. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Retweet the tweet if you're watching on Twitter. Leave comments, interact with the chat. There's a lot of really smart, awesome people in the chat. Go give them some love. All right. So French Toaster says he's bullish on IMX and it's his biggest gaming play. Well, French Toaster, make sure that neckline gets broken, bro. Make sure that neckline gets broken. All right. So, all right. Ondo, as requested. Ondo. So Ondo has, done a good job breaking out of, the gist of this triangle. The thing is when you draw, so this triangle was drawn on, we actually talked about this in the group. Someone asked me this question specifically. So this triangle was actually drawn on the 12-hour chart. Okay. So when you draw this on the 12-hour, you'll see that a lot of times when people draw triangles, they go from the body of the candle. They don't go from the wick of the candle. All right. And the smaller time frame you get into, you realize that you're not going from the body of the candle anymore. You actually cut off a lot of the body of the candle. So if we actually rearrange this triangle to touch the tops, it has still broken out, but you can see that it's not as significant of a breakout as the other one. And even if you wanted to really, I think that I would draw it like that to get 3 touches. I would rather draw it like that, to be honest with you. And in that case, it has still broken out, but it looks like it is trying to come back down. And like I said in the video, or I might have even said this yesterday on the live stream, that with Ondo, it's more about, and similarly with Algorand, how Algorand looked like it was going to break out. It's more about, if this going off of the second it breaks out, it does work out sometimes. You can make a lot of money doing that. Breakout trading is a common practice, but it's also a common. Oh, you guys can't even see this chart. I'm so sorry. I was not paying attention at all. All right. So breakout trading is a common practice. I redrew this Ondo from the 12-hour draw to the 2-hour draw. I feel so dumb. And JC, you're hilarious. And so basically, when things break out, breakout trading is a common practice, but the reversal of breakout trading, like shorting people who are trading breakouts, is also a common practice, which is why I would say that you really want to focus on more with Ondo. I would rather trade the break of this high, which would be a break in structure, than the breakout of the downtrend itself. It's really, the difference between going along at 84 or going along at 90. It is kind of counterintuitive to go out later, to go long later, but it's also safer, if that makes sense. I do applaud it. Has been putting in higher lows consistently up this hill here. It's kind of in like a pennant right now. It has, it has broken out of the pennant, but the price action's back inside of it. So that's not really what we wanted to see for Ondo. I wanted to see this thing keep going. But like I said, the breakout of this 90 level is really the mandatory thing. So that's the high, that break of that high right there at 90 cents. That is the level for Ondo. Is there a conversation to short it? In the meantime, I'm actually probably pretty sure there is. Let me get rid of some of this extra stuff. Let me get rid of like the MACD. I was kind of really going under the surface with Ondo. It is below the 12-minute. Certainly there is that idea, but it also has to fight the 200. To be honest, I wouldn't. Interesting. So with Ondo, if you pay attention to the last high, you come over here. It's actually right at that level right now. That's actually what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. This level is at exactly 84.2. 84.2. So I would say trade the break of this level. Keep a close eye on it. It's about to move. It's about to move. Classic chart graffiti, the graph. Man, I love this coin. I hold so much of the graph, guys. I hold so much of the graph. Every time the graph, does anything, I'm like, woo, it's a lot of money, and unfortunately, I really did want to see the break at 32. That is the level that needs to be broken, 32. We had this nice come up, but look, it's actually put in a slightly lower high. Not saying it can't pick and go. Not saying that can't happen, but structurally speaking, it's kind of like, fuck. You know what I mean? So there's that. And also, similarly with Ondo, the graph is at that price level from this high here. So you can certainly trade the break of that level, which is 30 cents exactly 30 cents. So keep a close eye on that. I'm going to skip that one. Sweet. All right, so it came up. It broke 101. This alarm went off here. You could have long there. Good for about a 5% trade as expected. And 101 is for, did not mean to move that. 101 is for this level, mind you. This level up here is 105. And it does look like it is probably going to get rejected from the 200. It really, it came so close to getting above it. It did wick above it, but really, like, guys, because it's all about structure, right? It's all about structure. So when you kind of see a chart that's like, like this, putting in lower lows, putting in lower highs, coming down the hill, you see that, right? My point here is that for us to have this conversation where we go the other direction like this, the chart has to get above the previous high there. Okay, that has to happen. Could SWE be forming a shoulder, head, shoulder? It could be. It could be. It already has a shoulder and a head. It just needs one more shoulder, and it needs to break the fuck out. All right, that's what it needs to do. But in the meantime, it is at 102. Watch the break of 101.2. If it goes back below 101.2, these other levels come back into play. If we're going to talk straight rejections, there is a 13% move there. So, and also, if you want to monitor the head and shoulder situation, if it at 97.4, so if SWE comes down and stops here and goes, there would be your head and shoulders. So, big short idea at 101.2, long idea at 105.6, and head and shoulder idea at 97.2. Nothing but trades. All right. So, I'm going to look at ICP. Then I'm going to look at render. And then we're going to call it and do rate my portfolio. All right. So let's get rid of some of this old ideas. This one did work out actually to the downside. It was a scalp trade, about 5% right there. So that one did play out. I'll leave the lines there though. I'll have to get rid of the numbers. All right. So let's start with the daily. Oh man, let's find a different ICP chart. Okay. Much better. So ICP is in a, very triangle situation where it does have like kind of a local floor similar to Algorand, but the bigger floor is actually further down. The break of the local floor point of intersection would be Wednesday, the 22nd, coming up here very soon. The daily on ICP looks amazing. We got a negative 524 on ICP on dual band strength index. We got a green dot. The price is below. The price is below the point of control. Where's the EMAs at? There we go. So we're above the 200, below the 50. ICP breaks the 50 and breaks out. Oh man, it is party time. And in 2-hour chart, we were looking at a larger time frame there. 2-hour chart, it did hit that level, and it is now kind of coming back down. So ICP, man, this is a tough one because the level that we need to get above are like pretty high up, like 13.8. Like ICP could like come up to here and still get rejected from that. You know what I'm saying? So like that's in a tough spot, but do respect that the point of intersection is very close for ICP. It is going to break one way or the other here very shortly. I don't have a crystal ball, but I would like to see ICP break up. The daily chart looks a lot better than the 2-hour. Like even the 12-hour doesn't look terrible. I think that ICP has a chance to break out here. I think it does. But it also kind of has a safety net because like this is like the local floor where the real floor is like 10. So this actually could kind of keep going like this. It's a very similar setup to Algorand. How it's in a triangle with 2 floors, with the point of intersection coming next week. So guys, on those charts, draw these setups. Alarm both sides. And then we're going to look at render. Render. Okay, here we go. Here's my baby. So render came up to 1158, got rejected. We were talking a lot about the render short that I was expecting for oh so long. It did happen. It did happen. I think the entry I was talking about was 1070. Yeah, that makes complete sense because that's the loss of this level right there. Okay. Oh, I didn't have my line set up. One sec. 10 7 10 7 10 7 10 7. Okay, here. All right. And that makes sense because it has a lot of touches right around there. All right. And this short did play out as we talked about. Why is my trading view giving me hell right now? Yeah, about 8%, 7% trade. It actually came up, flirted with this line, lower load, and is now back to the bottom of this conditional range. So, guys, it's just like any other conditional range we would trade. The loss of this level at 990, my motocross number, would be your short. And the short, if we lose 990, that would be a pretty good short to get in because that would also represent the loss of the 200 EMA. And we are kind of coming down in the momentum oscillator. I don't think it's going to do that. I think render is more likely to pop up off 990 because the visible range volume profile, the point of control is way high, And I don't, and if you kind of appreciate how renders like the staircase type moving with this chart, I know it's a very, very busy chart, but if you appreciate like this being its own box and this being its own box, like this level, this 990 level is kind of like the deal breaker for render. And this also like is the previous low. So if render loses 990, it will have put in a lower low. And structurally speaking, that would kind of break the hope that it has. So, I would like to see it break that level. I would really like to see it to break above that level. So, I mean, let's hope that we can get a bounce. I mean, like you can zoom 12-minute chart. Like we are like it. Look at 12-minute chart. We are putting up a fight on render. You see how it did lower low, but it is trying to come up, and it does have bullish divergence. I'm not saying try to catch a falling knife. Maybe try to implement the EMA strategy. But if you wanted to take a really risky trade, it didn't go as low as it did last time. It wicked down lower last time. Really risky trade would be going long now. With 1070 as your target would be a 7% trade. If you're gonna do that, set a tight stop loss, a very tight stop loss. Okay, we did it. Bang, bang. Let me pull this over here so I can get these the charts up for the Rate My Portfolio people. I'm going to ask to only do these two portfolios today. I don't have. I'm still on the sweet chart. I'm just dropping the ball today. I'm the worst. I thought I clicked the button. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I blame the coin not spinning. I'm sorry. I feel so dumb. I'm so much better at reading charts than the chat. That is so coin. Yeah, I think the show was doomed from the start. All right, Maurice Guy, portfolio adjustment. Any suggestions? If it was for your adjustments. 15% graph bet, HBAR Phantom, 9 link, 11 render, 4 arrow, and then we got Jupe. Okay, 4% arrow, Jupe. Are we PT Zeta? Oh, I do want to say, okay, I'll show you the render chart really fast because I feel really stupid. Damn it, AJ. Damn it. Very risky trade, but it did bounce. We got a slightly lower high there. It does have a bullish divergence, and if render loses like this level here, that would be really bad structurally. I think it's going to hold, and that is about, let's measure it again, about a 7.1% trade. All right, so we have, I would say stop loss at like 987. That level's 990. The top level's 1070. There you go. I feel very dumb. Maurice Guy. I also do want to say, everybody, really fast before I do this portfolio. I do have a told you so. Very proud of it. Oh, my Ondo alarm just went off. Very interesting. Where's that? Okay. Yeah, Ondo's putting up a fight. Putting up a fight on the 12-minute. It actually bounced down and popped up. So let's hope that's the case. Let's hope all these like things that came down are about to pop up. Let's hope that's the case. But PT boom. All right. Phemex. It hit $1.02 yesterday. $1.02. Pretty ridiculous. It is back down to 94. But I'm telling y'all, this coin is going to do so well. I have a big old bag of Phemex. I bought a lot of it in the 80s. I bought a lot of it, down here. I bought some of it, back in the 70s, back in March. I mean, I've had this Phemex deal since January now. And it's not, and like the Phemex deal aside, this coin, they are putting so much effort. Because I'm on the team, I see the effort that they put in to this project, and this thing has done so well. I straight up full disclosure, I do have a very large bag of this coin, but it moving, what was that measurement I just did from 14 days, 30% from 78 to $1.02. I mean, come on. And now that it's coming down, you got to notice this support resistance level at 91. You look at these rejections there. Oh, you guys can't see this. There. This is 100% big old told you so moment. I am very, very proud of the Phemex coin and my bag of it. I have it staked for 6 months, but I think that it's going to keep going in a big way. It's going to be a very, very, very successful project. All right, Maurice guy, let's do your damn portfolio. I cannot win. I cannot win with my switching charts today. I run this show myself, and my brain goes so fast that I forget to click the damn button. Okay, well, I'm sorry you bought in the pre-sale, but for anyone who's just been trading this chart like any other chart, you're killing it, and it's going to continue doing well. It's going to continue doing well. Yeah, Jesse Berry, I don't hate that. I don't hate that strategy. I don't hate that strategy at all. All right. Maurice guy, let's do this. 15% graph, vet, HBAR, phantom, 9% link, 11% render, 4% arrow, jupe, rweave, PT, which is what distracted me with Phemex token, zeta, 8 to 9x. I think asking for an 8 to 9x is extremely reasonable with this portfolio. You do have a fairly even distribution. You have some AI exposure with the graph. Vet, HBAR, phantom, all winners, especially with Phantom's upgrade, the Sonic upgrade. You have a lot of Chainlink, but I think that's a good anchor pick. I think Chainlink's the largest market cap coin you hold, which is actually punk rock, super punk rock. So Maurice, I don't hate the Chainlink pick. 4% render, arrow, jupe, rweave, Phemex, zeta. Man, I think this is a really good bag, especially only wanting an 8 to 9x. I think you're very likely going to pull that off, bro. I feel like you're very likely going to pull that off. Yeah, this is a good bag. It's even, has a lot of strong picks. You're not being unrealistic with your goal. I think an 8x there is super safe. Yeah, man, I'm gonna give you like a 93. Good job. Eddie C, AK invested, 10x goal, 13.9% Ondo, FET, Pyth, PAL, SWE, VET, Phemex, LCX, XDC. Wow. So I was chatting with the guys from XDC. When was this? November of last year? December of last year? And I actually had really high hopes for that coin because they were really heavily involved in I don't know if you guys remember the ISO situation that like ended up not really meaning anything, but it does kind of represent a pile of coins that are focusing on cross-border transactions. That's all that really matters. And I thought that project was going to do a lot better than it has. And I also, it really does come down to marketing, guys. It comes down to marketing, and that is something they're not good at all. They are not good at marketing. So I think the project could do well as if they decide to try to market their project. It's that simple. I've seen that mistake made time and time again. and you look at the projects that are actually marketing, they're actually doing a good job doing that. They're going to be way more successful. Like, you guys really think VeChain is going to fail? Guys, it's sponsored with the UFC. Like, the gloves that VeChain made are going to be used for the first time at UFC 302 coming up here really soon in Newark, New Jersey. I wish I was going to that one, but I'm going to Vegas to see Fukin Kana instead. All right, so Ondo, I don't hate that pick. Fet, Pyth, man, be with my. All right, so I had about a $6,000 bag of Pyth. Maybe it was a little bit more than that. I know I had to sell some of it too. And anyway, it was at like 80 cents, 90 cents, and now it's at like 40 something. What, I want to look at the pie chart because I'm confused. I'm confused now. I forget the order of operations here. How did that chart break down? 2 hour share tab instead. I mean, so Pyth has a very big unlock coming up here very shortly. Very big unlock. I mean, its supply is going to more than double. Going to more than double. Okay, yeah. So Pyth was above $1. All right. I bought Pyth kind of from, I would say probably from January. Yeah, I started buying it pretty cheap, like, 30, 40 cents. And let's just say from the beginning of the year, January, to the top around $1.15, it had an epic rise. What was that percentage there? I mean, we're talking 414%. Holy shit. That was an epic run up. And since then, it has just been like, dude, what are we doing here? What happened? What happened was everyone got worried that the unlock was coming and they started to sell. I also, like, I don't know ecosystem wise what the plan is. I'm going to delete these support resistance levels because they lost them, and I can draw them again if it wakes back up. But even if you can kind of draw it like that if you wanted to. I wouldn't draw it like that, but you get my point. But there's really the gist of its downtrend. You could even try to pull it closer, but that doesn't even really work. You kind of got to draw it like that. But, this thing, it's just a bummer, man. It has just fallen so hard. I think I probably did have about, $7,000 or $8,000 bag of it, and it's down, 59% in 63 days. That sounds about right. I think I only have like $3,000 or $4,000 left in it. I am bummed about that because I thought I didn't see such an aggressive fall off for this coin happening, especially if you look at like Solana or like, Dogwif, Bonk, like not those coins didn't even fall this hard. They didn't even fall this hard. And you kind of look at this support resistance at 55. It got to get above that, which was, the first pump level. It's below that now. And then, it is really, let me actually squeeze this over a little bit. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a couple like little support resistance. Like if you want to go off this, let me pull that over. Yeah, like that one right there. Like, there's kind of some stuff there, but like this thing is just kind of in free fall, man. It sucks. And now that the supply is about to double, do I think that do I think this coin will make its return? Yes. Will it be as volatile? No, because the supply will have doubled. But it basically doubles once a year is how they decided to do it for whatever fucking reason they decided to do that. Whoever did the tokenomics over there does not know what they're doing. But I still think it has narrative. It is an oracle. It is on Solana. I think it has promise, but it's going to take twice the money it did before to get back to this $1.10 level. And it's also really interesting to see, what's going to happen when the unlock happens this month. I think that's coming up here pretty soon. So, let's actually look at the token unlocks. Token unlocks. All right, here. Okay. Don't show this again. Oh, I just saw it. Pyth. Today. No, it's not today. There it is. 3 days and 22 hours. May 20th. 3 days and 22 hours. The supply will 141% of the supply. And this is the first time the private sales get in. This is the first time the private sales get access to the money. So what happened here is that, now that those people are will have access to the money, everyone else sold off because they don't want to get dumped on by the private sale people. So we really are going to see how messy this thing can get. As terms for me and my bag, I'm just going to hold it as an experiment. I'm just going to hold it. It's a couple $1,000s. I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. I'm going to see what happens because I do feel like, here's the thing with Pyth. I'll get back to Eddie in a second. Once Pyth does that, once the private sale people who want to sell, once it kind of evens out, it will get to a point where it can go again. That's kind of my hope. Once all the shaking out's done shaking out, it'll be at a spot where it'll go. So, but we still have a little bit of pain to come. That's happening in like 3 or 4 days, 3 days, 22 hours. So, be mindful of that. Other than that, Eddie, I don't hate your bag. I don't hate it. You got a good even distribution, and you're definitely swinging for the fences. You're taking some risk. You're playing a lot of there's not like a real strong base to this portfolio. This portfolio is a lot of, you are swinging for the fence with this one, my friend. Like, you got 10% vet, 10% squeeze, so like almost 22% strong coins, and then I'd say FET's a strong coin. So, 35% is pretty like strong, rock solid. Where everything else, even the coins I like POW, I like Phemex, I like Ondo. They are riskier coins. They are straight up riskier coins. But I feel, you're swinging for the fences. You want to have that 10x goal. I think it's possible. So, all right, man. Well, I'm going to give you like an 83. I think it's possible. You have a good distribution. You're not in bad coins. You're definitely giving yourself a chance, but you're taking a lot of chance here. You're taking a lot of risk, and I want you to be aware of that. All right. Carter Pennington in the chat. AJ would rip my portfolio to shreds. All right. Mick Ye, I'm not even going to put yours on the screen. I'm just going to do it from here because I'm way over on this show. 22,000, 10x gold, 26 Ondo, CTX Turbo, HBAR, GFI, PNG, Bencoin. Wow. 12% Turbo. This guy is out here going for it. I mean, if you're going to 10x, I mean, that'll be the bag that does it. I like the GFI pick. I wish you had more GFI, to be honest with you. That pick's dude, I'm buying more of it every day. I wanted to take a look at the chart on that one on the show. It's on my notes, but I didn't get to it. I mean, you're swinging for the fences for sure. I mean, I am surprised to see, where'd the other one go? Oh yeah, there he is right there. One sec. I am so surprised to see so many people lead with Ondo. Eddie C leading with Ondo. Mick Ye leading with Ondo. It is like a new cycle, the new cycle kind of coin. It's risky, man. It's risky. It is risky. Where is it by market cap even? Here, let's take a quick little look. 77 by market cap. 77 by market cap. Oops. And then we got, guys, this is supply. All right. Circulating supply, 1.4 billion. Max supply, 10 billion. That is not a friendly situation, guys. That is not a friendly situation. All right. What is the... all right. Let's go back to token unlocks and see if we can find Ondo over here. Ondo. All right. Here, let me sign into this really fast. I know I have it on there. I'm actually really interested to see this. I don't think I have looked at it yet. All right. Boom. Bap. All. Okay, so Okay, so we kind of have a very similar situation to Pyth, except it's going to happen. It's a cliff unlock that January 20th, 2025, the supply will go from where it is now to 3.3 billion. So the supply is going to basically double, just like Pyth is. I'm looking at Ondo, right? Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking at Ondo. Sometimes I put it off and sometimes it's Ondo. So yeah, I mean, so and then it's every January. So yeah, it's just they did the same thing as Pyth. Once a year, January 5th, January 18th, January 20th. So every year in change, they're hiking, they're putting a lot more in. And the thing is, early 2025, when this happens, will be the first time protocol development and private sales get to sell their bags that they got from the pre-sale. Okay, so they had a very long lockup, and then early January next year is when they'll be able to sell. So to be fair, the time to hold Ondo is now. The time to hold Ondo is now, and the money you're going to make off of it is now. I would not hold this bag. I mean, like the Pyth thing I'm doing, I'm kind of just going to see what's going to happen, because I just never actively I kind of thought I was just going to hold it for a little while. I didn't like jump in, jump out, play that game with my Pyth bag. So now that I'm in the point where I'm facing a heavy unlock, I'm just going to see what happens, because why not? Why not to see what happens? Because, there are a lot of coins that are about to face this situation. I want to see how it's going to react. So, maybe I could use that as a measuring stick on, how Ondo is going to react, next January. But between May and January, Ondo is going to be, in a top 100 crypto project with a very small supply, 1.4 billion. And yeah, the max supply is 10, but that's, it's not going to double until January of 25. So we have this year for Ondo to pump. So, Mick Ye, as long as you're well aware of that, and Eddie, you too, both of you leading your portfolios with Ondo, it's very hype driven. It's a new welcome to this bull market. I really don't like that take, to be honest with you, because I would rather be with projects that have experience, that have built relationships, that are building, rather than hype. Hype will get us there, but yeah, Mickey, I don't hate your bag. I don't hate your bag. You're definitely taking a lot more chances, even more chances than Eddie. So I'll give you like an 80, but we'll see. Good luck. Jesse Barry, I want to give credit where credit is due. I watch every day. Seen you first with Ben. By the way, invested 10K. We'll have 15K total. 33 ICP, SKL, Algo, ALE. I mean, you're only holding 4 coins. I don't, if that's your conviction. I mean, I like ICP. I like Algo. SKL, I'm kind of indifferent to that project. ALE, I have to look that one up, to be honest with you. ALE, I don't know what that one is. Interesting. I would suggest diversifying a little bit, Jesse. But I also don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know what your goal is, but I like ICP. I like Algo. I don't think you're gonna bomb. But I would suggest spreading out a little bit, because when you only have 3 or 4 coins, one thing goes wrong, your bull runs over. One thing goes wrong, and one of those coins, that was 25% of your bag, 30% of your bag. The rest of your bag is gonna have to extremely overperform for, you see my point? So that's why I would suggest diversifying a little bit more than 4. But all right, I'm out. I went way over today, but it's all good. I got much love for all of you. You guys are awesome. Shout out to all the love in the chat. Shout out to Jesse Barry, French Toaster, Hell's Horseman, Ryan, Corey Rosas, Kimi, C, Kadri, JC, Chauncey, Eddie C. Y'all are rock. Appreciate the super chats. Like doing Rate My Portfolio. I really enjoy doing that. Let's never not have the coin spinning again. Today's show was cursed. It was cursed the whole time. My light wasn't even on. So this was that day. Everything went wrong. But hey, it's all good. I got much love for all of you. Going to be, really focusing on the Telegram group here. Been putting a lot of work into it. To anybody who here watching the show for the first time, definitely send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. We are winning trades every single damn day in the Telegram group. I am so proud of that group. And really, the people that are in this group are the people that are taking this bull run by the horns. They are saying, you know what? I missed out last time. I am not missing out this time. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to follow these charts. I'm going to set these alarms. I'm going to jump into these trades. I'm going to learn how to do this for real. For those people out there that want to do this for real, this is the group for you. This is your chance. I'm telling you, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. It is a paid group. It is a paid group, but it is way cheaper than any other alpha group in crypto. I don't want to beat people over the head for $800 for a 6-month sign up like the group I first got in when I really got into trading. It was a good group, but damn, that shit was way too expensive, especially for where I was at the time. So I would rather have a lot of people. I want to help as many people as I can. But so yeah, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Take this bull run by the horns, guys. This is the time to really get this thing going. If you're going to make your money, you got to get a lot of capital in there. You know, I think what I say in the HBAR video at the end, I really want you guys to pay attention to that. I'm going to nail this video down. Going to get some more filming done. I have 2 Twitter spaces today with Mario. Haven't done as many spaces with Mario lately. I've been really busy with my own film schedule, everything else going in the background, but I do like having that connect. I do like working with him. He's a very smart guy. He's a very large person on Twitter. And the fact that I have that opportunity, you know, it is pretty cool to be able to do that. So I do have 2 spaces with Mario, but I'm also going to film today and other things like that. And then I will be posting in the Telegram group once I leave the office, probably 6, 7, maybe 8 o'clock at night. I like doing a lot later trades. But with that being said, you guys rock. Panchetta, just slipping in that last portfolio. Okay, Panchetta, 22% XRP. You get a -5. I'm kidding. 22% XRP, XLM, Theta, ADA, Matic, HBAR, T-Fuel. Why hold XRP and XLM in the same portfolio? Why? They're the same. They're doing the same thing, except Jed McCaleb's an asshole. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind the Theta T-Fuel pick. I know a lot of people are really big on Theta. I'm not that big on Theta, but I do see what they're saying, and I think it could be successful. What's the point of holding Matic and ADA? I mean, you're really top heavy, bro. And I don't know what your goal is. I hope if your goal is a 4x, you get a good score. If your goal is a 10x, you get a bad score. That's the answer. With HBAR videos coming Saturday or Sunday, because I gotta toggle with the I got to toggle it with the Hope 20X Panchetta. Don't write it to the bottom. That is not going to happen with that bag dog. I don't mean to be rude, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, the HBAR video is going to come out Saturday or Sunday. This video has given me hell. I've been wanting to put it out much sooner, but these things take time. I'd rather take my time and make sure, all right, but this video comes out, it's going to be sick. Like, I'm so excited to put this video out. You know, it's not like I'm just like doing TA and calling it a day. Like I put a lot of work into this one, and my schedule is so crazy. I don't always have time to really go below the surface, but I'm really done. Like, stop. I'm gonna start, really doubling down. I mean, this week I've been getting home every night, like 8, 9 o'clock at night, every night this week. And this is the time to do that. This is the time to work overtime. This is the time to do it. Sky Surfer, realistically, HBAR, algo 50%. It could be a 4x, right? Oh my God, at least a 4x. Would I do that? Absolutely not. But is it going to 4x? Probably. I can't tell you what to switch XLM to, Panchetta, but I can tell you to watch the portfolio videos that I do every week with the Glitter Queen, and you will have an idea of the coins that we are accumulating for our public portfolios. With that being said, you guys rock. My name's AJ Rice Crypto. Get rich, don't get wrecked. Stay fresh your day. Smash the like button on the way out the door. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You guys are awesome. Have a good one. Peace.